Okay, very good morning and warm welcome, my dear children. I hope you all are keeping well. So, today uh, we are going to start with the second part of the later Vedic civilization, that is social life. Okay, in our last video, we did up to the political organization. Okay, today we will continue with the social life of the later Vedic period. Okay, so without any further delay, let's proceed. Okay, first see the social life. Okay, classification of society into four varnas now became very rigid and hereditary. Okay, hereditary, and you all know that the four classes came to be known as the four castes. Okay, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras, which were the class division in the early Vedic period. Now it came to be known as the four caste. Okay, the son of the Kshatriyas could not become a Brahmin. Okay, this has become hereditary. Okay, the caste was now decided by the birth and not by the occupation. Okay, the caste was decided by the birth, not by the occupation. Suppose somebody took a birth in the Brahmin family, that person will become a Brahmin, Kshatriyas accordingly, like that. Okay, caste was now decided by the birth. Intercaste marriage was not allowed. As the caste system became deep-rooted, society got sharply divided. Okay, the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas, these two groups became the ruling class. The Vaishyas and the artisans and the traders and the farmers, the Vaishyas were the artisans, traders and the farmers, and the Sudras were the uneducated workers who served other three classes. Okay, this Sudra will serve other three classes. Okay, so this is the social life of the later Vedic period. Okay, now let's look at the later Vedic period. Okay, the joint family system was further strengthened. Okay, the birth of the son was welcomed. Position of the human declined. They were now considered inferior to men. Okay, now women were considered inferior to men. They no longer took part in the assemblies. Their highest duty, okay, I'm talking about the position of the women, their highest duty was to serve their husband and take care of the family. Okay, however, they continue to participate in the religious ceremony. Okay, now next we see the four ashramas. Okay, this is the integral part of the later Vedic period. Okay, there is a four stage of an Aryan life: brahmachari, brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha and the sannyas. Okay, now what is brahmacharya, what is grihastha, what is vanaprastha, what is sannyasa, that we will see. Okay, okay, see here. Okay, you all can see the picture. See the first one here. This is the brahmachari, was the first stage of the life during which a person stay with his guru in the gurukul and received education. Okay, then next this is grihastha. Grihastha was the second stage in a person life during which he got married and led a family life as a householder. Okay, then next you see this is the third stage, was the stage when he gave up all the worldly ties and went away to the forest for the meditate. Okay, so in Banaprastha, this is the third stage when he gave up all the worldly ties. Okay, proceed towards the forest for the meditate in search of the truth, in search of the peace. Okay, then this is the last stage. This is the last stage, the fourth one, where when he renounced and became a ascetic. Okay, became a saint, or spreading the principle of the religion and the truth. Okay, so this is how the life of the Aryan was divided into four ashramas, or the four stages. Okay, now next we have a gurukul system of this is the integral part of the later Vedic civilization. Okay, Gurukul system become very famous in this phase of civilization. Okay, let's understand what is Gurukul system of education. When a boy was 7 years of old, when a boy was 7 years old, he was sent to a Gurukul, that is the house of teacher or guru. Okay, he stayed there till 25 years old. Okay, how many years old? 25 years old. Okay, Gurukuls were usually situated deep in forest. Okay, Gurukuls were situated usually in the deep in forest. The teacher treated his student like his own children, and the children regarded as the disciple, and their guru, their teacher, as the spiritual father. Okay, now they have to live a very disciplined and simple life. Okay, now they helped their guru, the student used to help their guru, in many ways. Okay, the student cleaned the houses, drew water from the well, gathered food, and worked in the fields. Okay, they had to memorize lessons which were taught orally. Okay, after completing education, student paid guru dakshina or fees according to their means. Okay, so this is how they used to another important fact is there, like the early Vedic period. In early Vedic period, there were highly educated human like this Gargi and Maitri. Okay, Maitri and the Gargi. In the later Vedic period, however, human were not allowed to study Vedic literature. Okay, so this is about the Gurukul system of the education. Now let's see the religion. Okay, religion of the later Vedic period. Okay, the gods of the early Vedic period lost their importance, like Varuna, the son of the god of sun, the god of water, god of wind were there. But now in the later Vedic phase, the gods of the early Vedic period lost their importance. Okay, Brahma the creator, the Vishnu the preservers, and Shiva the destroyer became most prominent gods. Okay, the mode of the worship became very much complex. Okay, elaborate rituals and sacrifices were performed. Okay, the status of the Brahmins rose because this complicated rituals could only be performed by them. Okay, so what you need to remember, the Brahma the creator, Vishnu the preserver, and Shiva the destroyer become very much prominent during the later Vedic period, and the status of the Brahmanas increased because this complicated rituals could only be performed. So this is about the religion of the later Vedic period. In our next video, two great epics like Ramayana discuss about the very interesting topic, that is Hinduism. Okay, concept of the Hinduism, emergence of the Hinduism. Okay, so that's going to be very interesting. Hope you will like this topic and you enjoyed it. Okay, so I will continue the rest of the topic in my next video. Okay, till then stay safe and happy. Okay.